let's tell all the people in our lives
Wash the
that
sheets.
they need to wash the sheets.
Wash the sheets.
They say once every 2 weeks, right?
Yes,
at a
at
minimum.
least.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ducks Unplugged. 2 minds, 1 podcast, and 0 fluff. It's not just work, it's life, and it's definitely not usual. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Ducks Unplugged. I'm Deanna Dolecki.
I'm Ashley Ruggieri.
And we are joined today by a very special guest, my daughter, Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast. Why is Amy joining us today? Because we are talking about different age groups and marketing to different age segments. I believe the name of our episode is Age Matters Unplugged. That's right. And so we're going to have Amy here to help us with the Gen Z perspective. And then I am unfortunately Gen X, so I can represent.
And I'm representing our millennials.
Are you an older millennial or a younger millennial?
I'm in the middle of the millennials.
You're a mid-millennial.
I think, yeah, I'm a mid-millennial.
I am a really young Gen X, obviously.
Yes.
Right. I mean, I'm sure you knew that.
I thought you were a millennial.
Right. Exactly. Right. So it's all about faking it till you make it, guys. All right. So we are going to head into our first segment of What the Duck, and then we will dive into our age segment portion. Since you're our guest today, you get to be the judge on who has the worst What the Duck moment of the week. Okay?
Okay. Got
You
it.
cannot just vote against me because I'm your mother.
Got it.
All right.
I mean, if you do.
No, Ashley's already starting to brag that she's getting cocky. All right.
I like to win these.
So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I went first last time. I'll let you go first this time.
I feel like when you don't go first, you're more confident about your What the Duck.
I'll go first if you want me to.
Well, now, all right, I'll go first. So I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts the other day. And I'm not going to name it because of the What the Duck that I'm going to say, but I listen to it religiously and I love him and I love the show. However, they were talking about bed sheets. And he shared that when he was younger, before he got married and met his wife, he changed his sheets 2 times a year.
Oh, no.
Maybe 3, he said.
Oh, no.
2 times a year.
Did he elaborate on if it was laziness or he just did not know?
It was definitely laziness. And then somebody said, didn't you get itchy? Which just just makes me want to throw up. And he said, yeah. So like they're probably
that's so bad
going on. Like that's not okay. And then it made me think I have a son about to head into college and he's living away right now on his own and he doesn't change his sheets.
Do you think he's changed his sheets since he's been at school?
Well, one time because I made him.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like this is, I think it's an issue in our society.
It's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic. Sheet changing 2
no.
times a year. So that was my What the Duck. Like that's disgusting.
You actually might win this one.
That's
just
gross.
Yeah. All right. Mine is a little bit different. I tried to put in the whole generational conversation that we were having, and it's not necessarily a bad What the Duck. It was just a interesting revelation for me.
This isn't going to make it any less of a loss. Like if you caveat it.
I think that it's still going to be a good one.
Okay.
All right. I went to the club.
Yeah,
the other
you
weekend.
did. Oh.
I had a couple of girlfriends. It was their birthdays, and we decided we were going to go to the club, and we were going to get a table. And we asked them, like, please put us in the back. We just are old ladies, and we want to dance, and we don't want to be near anybody. And they did, and it was wonderful, and we had so much fun. But my What the Duck was watching everybody else at this club, and especially some of the younger kids, because they were on their phones so much.
Oh.
And they were taking so much content. And I'm talking about content of them walking into the club, multiple takes of this, reviewing the footage, deleting it, doing it again. On the dance floor, they had ring lights with them. They were taking so much content, and they were when they were taking it, smiling, happy, dancing, and then immediately you see their face just turn off as they shut off the video and then started to review it and decide whether or not
So
they wanted to
nobody's
do it
living
again.
in the moment.
There was
Nobody.
maybe 5 groups dedicated to this specific scenario of taking a ton of content. But then everybody else, there were some groups dancing and having fun, but a lot of people were on their phone.
Yeah.
And I looked around and I said, what the duck?
That makes me sad.
But we had a great time.
Amy,
Highly
how many
recommend it.
photos have you taken of yourself since we sat down in the podcast studio?
Not that many.
Okay.
How many is not that many?
Like 10.
That could be worse.
Well, I'm like snapping everybody back.
Okay.
It's like,
so that's what's
it's the
happening.
generation.
Yeah.
It's just,
But that's weird.
There was a lot of phones out at the club.
Like with a ring light.
Yeah.
Walking in.
yeah.
What, are they making like TikTok?
They must have been trying to do something.
I
I was in the seaport, so I feel like that's very vibey.
love the seaport.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're at the club, you need to put the phone down and just like dance
Have
and have fun. And
We had so much fun.
maybe take a couple at the beginning. So you're like,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
we're here. We're cool.
We did take a
And then-
couple
yeah.
pictures and a couple videos to prove that we made it to the club. Because all of our husbands and partners and friends, it was 10:30. I stayed out till 2 a.m.
Wow.
It was so fun.
That's why you're so tired.
It was last weekend.
Oh, all right.
If I'm still tired a week and a half later, I'm in
so
trouble.
recovered.
No judgment.
Yeah. So that was my what the duck. Too many phones out at the club.
I think that's a good what the duck.
Mhm.
All right, Aim. Who wins the what the duck of the week?
I mean, they're both like in different ways.
Yeah.
But probably yours.
Not everybody can win.
That's disgusting.
The sheets
It
are
is the
gross.
cheap
I give that to you too.
2 times.
Yeah, that's not good.
Disgusting.
Like,
No.
but then I was thinking, like, I probably, when I was younger, bet I dated somebody that didn't wash their
And you
I know that's
didn't
making me
know.
think
I
about
didn't
that.
know.
Let's
like,
not. Let's tell all the people in our lives
wash the
that
sheets.
they need to wash the sheets.
Wash the
They
sheets.
say once every 2 weeks, right? At
Yes,
least, at a minimum.
least. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really
like
get
that's
the
fair.
pillowcases. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
feel like pillowcase. I'm a little more like.
Loosey goosey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh.
gets the dirtiest.
I changed my
drool.
I change mine
You
every
drool?
2 to 3 days.
Sure. You drool too.
don't
Everybody
think I
drools,
drool.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I change my pillowcase every 2 to 3 days.
Actually,
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
See?
oh,
It helps with
I just flip
acne too.
sides.
Yes, I flip
that
sides
too.
in between.
That gets me another week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or not a week, but like
Like a week.
Yeah, couple
Yeah.
days. Yep.
All
Wow.
right. Well, that was exciting.
That was a good life lesson I hope people took away from this.
I am happy that I won one finally.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Thanks. You don't mean it, but congrats.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm coming for you with a vengeance on the next one.
I'm sure. All right. So today we are going to talk about marketing to different generations. And we have a couple of subtopics in there. And then we're going to share some unpopular opinions. Are we valid or are we old? Right? We're going
We're
to.
probably going to be old.
Yeah, mine's definitely old. I'm definitely old.
Oh, God.
And yeah, I think that's going to be probably the bulk of the episode.
Yeah.
Right. We do have some questions specific for Amy though that I'm looking forward to getting into.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
how do you want to kick this off?
I think we should just start talking about some of the different age segments and some of the things that don't work well for them and some that do.
Yeah.
And we'll have the distinct ability as being a Gen Z and a Gen X and a millennial to
Early Jenna.
early Gen X
Mhm.
to bring some of our own personal thoughts into this too, which is great.
Mhm.
So let's start with the Gen Zs.
Okay.
The Gen Zs are all the rage these days.
All the rage. You
Everyone
are-
wants a Gen Z as a
Everybody-
customer.
Yep. It's true.
Yes. And it's because you guys have a lot of buying power. You might not necessarily have your own money, but you've got money from family and parents.
Right.
You are influencing a ton of purchases in your household.
Yeah. Trying to.
And are you saying yes?
Literally on Amazon before we came in here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Mom, can I use your credit card?
Yeah. That
Yes.
just happened.
So
Yeah.
literally, yes, she's spending the money in the household.
Yep.
But I think that the interesting thing that I'm seeing for Gen Z, and you, Amy, will be able to back this up or not, is that you're not looking for things that are over polished. You want something that's authentic, it feels real, and it's not just a quick try at going viral.
Yeah.
You really want the brand or the thing that you're interacting with to feel like it's a real thing that impacts your life. And I think that that's very different from some of the other generations who are looking for brands to talk to them in just a completely different way.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is every life stage or age segment need something different.
Yes. And I'm noticing that brands and companies are having a very hard time loosening the reins
Yes.
on their brand
Yes.
in order to be able to speak to Gen Z, because it's not going to be as pretty, as polished,
It's not
as
as
wrapped up
comfortable.
in a bow. You
Right.
have to push the limits,
Yeah.
and you have to be willing to try something very new.
Agreed.
And if you can't, you're never going to get to Gen Z,
Yeah.
because they're always just going to see you as that old brand who's targeting my mom.
Yeah.
That's not what they want.
Right. They just want mom to pay for things.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
I think the other interesting thing too is that you have grown up with technology your whole entire life.
Yeah.
That's just the big difference between the millennials and the Gen Z. Like, you were born with technology in your hands, whereas we got it kind of into life. So a lot of marketers expect you to have very short attention spans. And it's not that you don't want to be scrolling and looking at something quickly. You can evaluate things very quickly. But if there's a piece of long form content that's interesting to you, you'll watch it.
Yeah.
So there's this perception that it has to be quick, it has to just go. But that might not be the right move for all brands either, to
Mhm.
be able to get your attention.
Yeah.
I think it depends on, it really depends on the brand,
Mhm.
right? And I think the term cringe, right? You guys,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
you have to be careful because this generation gets the cringe. That was cringy, right? And it quickly, right? And then you're disconnected and you're no longer.
Yeah. If like you're like overdoing it right at the beginning, you'll lose me immediately and I'll just swipe.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
balancing that.
Yeah. And the other interesting thing is that being an influencer, being a creator is a real profession
Yeah.
for people in your generation.
Yeah.
And that was not the case before. It was really hard.
I think that's one of the misconceptions, though, because one thing we'll talk about is sort of misconceptions versus reality,
Mhm.
right? For all the different age groups, not just Gen Z, but that influencers are really only for the younger generations.
Mhm.
And that's not true. There are influencers at every age,
Yep.
every niche. It's just finding people that are relevant and talking in the way that they need to be talked to.
Mhm. Yep. I think that the Gen Z proved that this model can work, though.
Yep.
So you can be an influencer and you can really make a brand, make an impact with
Do you
the
have
people.
some influencers you follow?
I love Alex Earl.
Me
Do you guys
too.
know her?
Yes, I love her.
She's like the first person that pops into my head. I think she's like so genuine
Mhm.
and like real. And honestly, if like she marketed something, I'd probably buy it.
What
I
is
don't
she?
know why.
Who is she? Like, what does she do?
So she's she's an influencer, but before,
She was a college student at UMiami.
yeah, that's how she was known for like going to like parties and doing
Yeah.
like, get ready with me's, and now
She was
she's
cool.
and like
Yeah.
just like last week, I think she went to like Harvard to do like a talk on. So she's like everywhere, and she's doing so much now, and she's like in commercials, and she just did like a brand deal with like it's called Sip Margs. I don't know if it's like new or something, but she's just like she has so many followers, and people just I'll like watch her get ready with me's for like
Mhm.
5 hours.
Yeah, that's the other thing. This generation will just watch stuff that we never would have watched. Like,
Yeah.
would you want to watch somebody get ready? I wouldn't have,
Me
right?
either.
But everybody does
Yeah.
at this age. And so you're saying Alex Earl is the
Yeah.
So you're saying because of trust, like you trust her, you made the comment you'd buy anything if she was
Yeah.
selling it. So
I've seen her like do honest reviews before. So like a huge thing is like if you see someone do like a review and it's like they do give like a negative,
mhm.
then
Mhm.
like you know that it's probably more trustworthy and real, and
Okay.
Yeah.
So if everything's good, then you're probably not going to.
it's like okay, they probably got paid to like
Yeah.
Right.
say that it's good,
So
but
sniffing through the BS. a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What are some of the other sort of overarching themes that you think about or misconceptions?
Misconceptions.
It's a really big word. Misconceptions versus realities.
I think the other thing is thinking that Gen Z are all just very young, because Gen Zs are anywhere from about 13 to 28.
Mhm.
So people are getting towards their 30s.
Yeah, they're starting to make money. They're
Yeah.
starting to settle down.
Yep, exactly. So you can't just pigeonhole them into they're just kids. These are people with real spending power. So you have to treat them as such.
Yeah. So I'm going to debate you a little bit on that. Yes and no. So they have some spending power and they're starting to get it. But what fascinates me is brands are always, and you have to always be going younger and thinking about the next up and coming generation and establishing a relationship, but they're not spending yet, right?
They're spending on
And so-
experiences.
But I think the real money, right, is still with Gen X, boomers, millennials even.
Yep.
Millennials are definitely heading into like prime earning years. Right
Yes, I would put us at the bottom of the totem pole across boomers, Gen X, and then
You
millennials.
would?
I would.
Because you guys used to be the...
Yeah, life is much more expensive now. Starting a family is a lot more expensive where we are as millennials than it was 10 years ago.
But doesn't that feel like a good marketing opportunity to get in front with like a really good offer or a discount?
Yes, and that's continuing to build the loyalty because we're a loyal generation, but we are okay to try new things if we feel like good about the brand. But we don't have the kind of spending power that the Gen X's and the boomers do at the moment.
I think my generation is probably
you're number one.
We're like the prime earners right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just expensive, especially if you have a family with kids. It's expensive to have kids.
Is. Kids are expensive.
Yeah. Your money is going to the places you did not think it would be going.
Yes. It's not going to me.
No, it's going to hockey registration that's just open for September.
Prom stuff.
Yeah.
Amazon order.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, Gen Z, it's important to build the loyalty with them. They are influencing spending. They're being specific on what they spend on.
Yeah.
But you got to get them now and build that relationship.
You do. But I just don't think, I think the expectation is you're not going to get a ton of spend. You're going to start getting, having a relationship
with that audience.
And then, build upon when they do have money.
Exactly.
The other thing that I think is a big misconception is the different tactics that are being used. I'll go with the younger generation. I think people think they have to be everywhere on every single social platform, right? And that's not necessarily true. Depending on which age segment you're going to, you really want to work on the ones and be on the ones that are going to have the most return, right?
Yes. Amy, where are you right now? What platforms are you on?
TikTok.
TikTok's
the biggest one. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat.
Yep.
That's honestly
no Facebook.
It, right?
No. Facebook is only for like stalking people's moms and
nice. I did not think of it from that angle, but sure, that is correct.
Yeah. I mean, she's good at it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. A secret FBI agent.
Oh yeah.
What about like Pinterest though, or Reddit, or things like that?
Reddit, I've only ever like gone on it through like Safari, like when I like look up something and like that just happens to be like what the answer is.
Yeah.
But Pinterest, I'll go on for like nail inspo, like hair inspo for like prom. I went on there, like tattoo stuff like that, but like not.
But every day it's really just.
But like I don't like have any followers on Pinterest. I don't follow anybody. I just go on there like maybe once a month.
Okay.
But TikTok I'm on like probably the most. That's where I get like most of my like content. I don't say like education from, but like
no, you do. You're
what like I'm getting
a lot. Yeah.
Are you searching on TikTok for news or for You're not opening the Google.
If like for like social news, TikTok. Yeah, because you'll get like a lot of different answers and then you can go through like comments from there and then there's so many different videos. But like if it's like real
world news,
then I'll go on like Google. But
that's a very healthy way to look at it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Do you actually look for world news?
No.
Okay.
But when I do.
If you needed to.
But when I do.
She needed to.
The one time.
The rare occasion.
The rare occasion, right. But one of the other things I think is, we've talked about this a lot, direct mail, right? Direct mail, everybody thinks direct mail's dead. It's only for the old people, blah, blah, blah. Amy gets so excited when she gets mail, like even from a college. And so I think that's another misconception is that some of the kind of the old tricks, if you will, old school is coming back because you have to be in digital. You have to be all over the place. You need to be doing the things, but there's fatigue there.
It's a rarity to get mail.
Yeah. And so there's other sort of old school tactics that should be making more of a comeback because it really does get the attention of all age groups.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's even more like, I feel like the reason I get so excited is when it's like personalized.
Yeah.
So it feels more like it's like to you, not like a flyer that just like has information on it. It's like has your name on it. It's like for you. It's,
Right.
They've done their research.
Yeah.
They know that this is for you.
Yeah.
And that you'll be interested in it.
Yeah.
But like she got excited. Like we donated to World Wildlife Fund at the end of the year, and you get the stuff.
Got an envelope that says
She
like
loves
my
it.
name
She
on it, and I like
always
rip it open
opens
and I
it.
like want to
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Congratulations. That's so exciting.
it's fun for me to see because I'm
Yeah.
like, see, mail is like, she opens it before I do.
Yeah.
So
Right time, right audience, right place.
and you get to sit with it. You
Mhm.
can decide if you want to do something. Whereas digital is it's swipe culture, right? It's just
Mhm.
it's now or no, right?
Yes.
So you just kind of go.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It's fun to see it.
I'll send mail to your house. Your name on it.
She's really excited. The University of Chicago keeps sending her mailers, and every time she's like, they want me.
Yeah.
Like they sure do.
So
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
So those Gen Zs, you guys are a complex group, but
Yep.
it's got to be authentic. It
Mhm.
can't be an over-polished brand. It has to be on the channels that you're actually on.
Yep.
And it's important to have a Gen Z eye on things too. Because I feel like, for me, I can kind of look at something and be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, you're totally a wannabe Gen Z.
Well, I
Yeah.
just make sure that I'm educated enough
No,
to kind of know what's going on.
Start with.
I'm very young. I'm
It's good
very cool.
You are cool.
Alex Earl, call me.
See,
Oh.
Alex was.
I watched her Get Ready With Me videos too.
Love her. I don't
And
know
I
what it is.
agree. She would just talk about such normal stuff. And then the way that she was doing her makeup was just very calming.
Yeah.
She'd be talking about her day. Her room would be a disaster in the background.
She's just very like relatable. Like, you
Yes.
just feel like she's like your sister.
Yes. She's like, tripping over herself trying to like put
Yeah.
on a shoe.
And like she'll talk about things that like no one else really talks about, but you feel so like, you're like,
Yep.
oh my God, I do that too.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, I'm not weird. Like other
Yes.
people, like she does it, so.
And she's from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. So I was like, oh, you're great.
Yeah.
Just
And she like just started fostering dogs. And like now it's like a huge thing because like now like all of her followers and everything are seeing that and it's like promoting it and everyone
That's so
loves it. So it's
nice.
like, yeah,
Okay.
so there you go.
Alex Earl.
I love her.
Shout out, call us. So what else? Let's talk about some of the other generations too. So millennials, right? Age 29 to 44.
That's us. That's me.
And you think you're the low man on the totem pole.
I do. I think millennials for so many years have just gotten the short end of the stick. We get blamed for everything. There was an article a couple of years ago that we single-handedly killed the paper towel industry or the napkin industry because we weren't buying napkins specifically. We were just ripping off a paper towel.
I distinctly remember you and I having a conversation about this right after you got hired.
Yeah.
And you refused to use napkins.
I only started buying napkins when I had my son because I was like, the paper towel is a little rough for his poor cheeks. I'm going to buy some napkins. And now he requires a napkin at his place setting for
Okay.
every single meal. So we have turned into a napkin household. But if it was just me and my husband, we'd be a rip off the paper towel kind of household.
It's kind of a.
I never really realized that. I never kind of like had that. Like we
That's
have
the-
so many napkins in the pantry right now that just don't get touched.
Yeah. But that's the thing. There was always these crazy articles or like, we can't do anything because we're spending too much money on avocado toast. It's always the millennials who are doing something ridiculous. But we have brand loyalty. We buy things. I just want somebody to market to me genuinely. And I want it to be a good product and I want to see the value in it. And I want to feel a little cool, but I know that I'm not cool. So don't try to make it too cool for me. I'm busy and I want to know it's going to work. It's going to be good value. And then I'm just going to buy it and be done with it.
And it's a little bit different too between you and the Gen Zs because I would put Gen Zs in more tech obsessed category, especially your club example at the beginning, right?
Yes.
And then millennials more sort of tech savvy.
Yeah,
right?
we grew up with it. We learned it a little bit later. It's been always a part of our lives, really, since we can remember. But we're not looking for always the newest, best thing. There are obviously the early adopters of us that do that.
Sure.
And then there's me, and I've still got my iPhone 11, and it works fine, and it's okay.
Well, because again, you said you're in the stage of life now where you have a young family.
Mm-hmm.
You have more expenses that are coming up. And so you have to be a little bit more mindful of where the dollars are going.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
but again, I think from a marketing perspective, you're looking for the deal. Like you want a deal.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so I think that that's a prime opportunity.
It is, yes. I want a deal, but I don't want a deal as much as I want quality and value.
Yeah.
So I will forego a deal if I think it's not going to be a good product or a good service. And I will pay a little bit more if I need to
Right.
for that, or for convenience too.
Yeah, convenience.
So thinking
Huge.
about user experience too, don't give me more than a couple of clicks. I just need to be able to get to the thing and buy the thing, or
Yeah.
go to the store and buy the thing. I don't want to have to go through hoops. I don't want surveys. I don't want to fill out your forms.
Right.
I just need to be able to buy it.
Right. I got to get on to the next thing.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Which is driving a kid somewhere.
Right.
So.
Yep. And then there's Gen X, right? Age 45 to 60. I think we're overlooked all the time.
You are absolutely overlooked.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is crazy to me.
I know.
Because
I agree.
you're getting looped in as either a boomer or a millennial based on the age.
Right.
But you guys are such a distinct group.
Yes.
And
agree.
you have a lot of money to spend.
Well,
You've got
yeah,
the
I feel
most
like
per
this is the
capita right
age
now.
group where, from a career perspective, if you're working, right, that you're in more leadership roles.
Mhm.
Not everybody, but this is the age where you would be if
Mhm.
that was a goal of yours. And so your earning potential is obviously a lot higher. Your kids are theoretically a bit older, and so you have more free time, or you're starting to see the glimmer of hope of free time. And so, but it's crazy. I really feel like we're forgotten.
Yep.
And I don't get it. And then baby boomers, I feel like, is the opposite. A lot of companies just assume that they're getting them, right?
That's true.
And they're not necessarily getting them. And they're so focused on the Gen Zs and getting those relationships established that they're missing this huge immediate revenue source opportunity with Gen X and baby boomers.
Yes. Yeah. The biggest problem when companies are doing their marketing plans is they're looking at it by channel, by campaign, by what needs to be sold, promoted, etc. But then they're not taking it all the way down to the audience level, because those people are going to need to be spoken to differently.
Yes.
To reach that goal.
Yes.
So you should be able to reach everyone with different paths, and know that the boomers are going to be more immediate revenue source. You want to get the Gen X because they have the highest spending per capita right now.
Yep.
You don't want to forget about the millennials because we are loyal to brands.
Mhm.
And then you need to focus on Gen Zs because you guys are the future.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of stops. You
Yeah.
got to take it one step further to be able to get to each of the groups
Yep.
specifically.
And there's a lot of households with multi-generations in it now. And
Yes.
so trying to figure out the best way to market within the same household
Mhm.
to different segments.
Yes, absolutely.
It's an
Yeah.
opportunity.
It is a huge opportunity. Generational marketing should not be forgotten.
No, I agree. So let's ask Amy some questions.
Yes.
You wanna answer some questions for us?
Sure.
So what kind of ads make you want to skip them right away, and why?
So like, if I can tell that it's gonna be really long and boring, like right off the bat, like the first thing that comes to mind is like, those like when you're watching TV and like those like medicine commercials that's like
Oh, yeah,
they,
yeah.
like start out in like a
It
park.
could kill you
and
if
it's,
you
yeah,
throw a third leg.
like-
And, yeah, right.
Yeah. If it like doesn't apply to me, like life insurance and like financial things, and just like if it's just like if I'm never gonna like have any interest in it whatsoever, I'm gonna swipe.
So it has to be like a real time current need. in
Yeah,
order
that's
for
like
you to-
relevant to me, or like is like just appears like it could be like entertaining to watch.
Okay.
Mm,
The entertainment factor again.
yes.
Yeah. Or if like they're trying way too hard.
How did somebody try? That was my next question. So what makes a brand feel authentic versus fake or trying too hard?
Okay, so like authentic, like I don't know, you can just like tell if they're like trying to be relatable, like using Gen Z like words and like doing things that like appear that they're like cringy. Like it's like hard to describe, but you can just kind of like in seconds get a feel if they're trying really hard to reach your audience.
Be your age versus.
Yeah. Like if they're using the terms, they're using the slang, they're like doing things that's like, okay, like we get it. You're
So then how could a brand be relevant to you without taking that step too far of trying too hard, trying to be cool or use cool language, right?
I mean, I think a big thing is using people in our age that we know is like a huge
Okay.
one.
So influencer again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bringing in those people, because I mean, like you'll like see them and you'll like want to pay attention because like, oh, like I know this person. Oh, like I've seen them before, you know. Um, but if it's like just like random people trying to like seem relevant, it's like kind of a turn off.
So is your generation, do you think, more of a follower generation? You know what I mean? Like I never made that connection, but it's true. I think all your friends, you know, my son, all of it. It's like they want to be like the people they look up to and like, right? So it's more of that sort of follower culture versus leader, if you will, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like friends have like a big influence on like
Yep.
what you do and what you buy and what you watch and stuff like that. Because another thing is with like TikTok, at least, if like your friend sends you one TikTok through the app, like your algorithm kind of like starts to show that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
like,
Right.
that builds it too.
Yep. That's true.
It's definitely a lot of community, but it sounds like you think of different influencers as part of your community because you have so much access to them.
Mhm.
So you really don't know them, but you feel like you know them. So that creates that level of trust. But then you also have your circle that you know. So it's this kind of mix of trust that you're using to make decisions.
Yeah. Or you want to know them or perhaps be them in certain instances. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
What brands do you follow?
Okay, well, I'm a foodie, so I follow a lot of food brands.
Like which ones?
Like Crumble,
Yeah,
like
right.
stuff like that. But like clothing,
Chipotle.
I definitely follow Chipotle.
Yeah.
Gosh, Chipotle.
A lot of that is because like they do like giveaways and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're looking for offers. You're
Oh
looking
yeah.
for...
Oh yeah. If I can get a
Okay.
free Chipotle bowl, I'm getting a free Chipotle bowl.
Okay.
But like they do like a lot of, or like if they're like releasing something new or like something like that, I want to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clothing brands, same kind of idea. Like if they have like new stuff, like deals, giveaways, stuff like that, and just to kind of be kept in the loop. Because like you go to stores a lot, but like also a lot of shopping is done online. So like if I'm on Instagram and I see like a new thing that was just released, I'm gonna go to their website. I'm gonna buy it.
So do you feel like you get more of that on Instagram or more of that on TikTok? Because you don't really get much of that on Snapchat, right? It's more Instagram and TikTok.
Honestly, probably TikTok, because like you see people like wearing the stuff. Like if I swipe on like a post and like I see a really cute top, I go in the comments, everybody's already being like, oh, where's your top from? And then the creator will like say where it's from, and then immediately from there you're like, I want that top, and then you go and get it. Or like if it's like from a brand and like they have like a ton of different things that are like just being released, they'll like link it. Or like in their bio, they'll have their link. So it's like super easy to just like
buy it and
click.
Yeah.
Now it's just right there and really accessible.
If you don't do it right then, do you often remember to go back and do it? So it has to be in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not, okay.
So like sometimes like my method actually when I don't want to spend money is I like add it to cart so I feel like I'm like doing something, but I'm never gonna go back to it.
This is me. I am a Gen Z. That's it. I feel so much better.
Yeah, look at
I do the same thing.
Face. Yeah. Look at
like
smile on her
my
face.
TikTok shop
Very
cart.
validated.
My TikTok shop cart has like 50 things in it, but I'm just never gonna buy any of it.
Yeah. I'm not on TikTok shop, but for my Amazon cart, I'll put it in the cart. And then I wait, and then I don't need it.
And then eventually, if I have just like just don't listen. If I have like a lot of money, just like out of nowhere, I'll just like go through my cart and be like, oh yeah, I want that. Oh yeah, I'll go for that.
You don't think I see all the packages coming to the house?
I don't have
Okay.
money.
All right. My daughter has a shopping problem.
Yeah.
At a young age. Okay. So what are some videos or content like you never get tired of watching?
Get Ready With Me's.
Get Ready. That's so funny.
I love them. Or like Day in the Life. Day in the Life. I love those.
Yep, I agree with
I could watch them for hours. It's just so like
soothing.
It's just fast. It's just so like
it is.
It's just I just love watching like what someone does in their day. Like you know, like I don't know. There's just some, like if you made like a day in my life like video, please don't. But like if you did, like I would like I think that's just so interesting. Like waking up, like making breakfast.
Like I don't even know
like
what it is. What's it so like? It's literally I just take like snapshots.
Come along with me during my day, like just like a little.
But like how long
little
is
clips? Not too long. Like
do I string them all together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this was my day.
Just like wake
Why
up,
can't I
like
do
brush
it?
my
Why would that
teeth, get
be?
ready, and then
Can I
just,
do
like,
that? I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Well, do you have TikTok? No, you don't. Exactly.
I mean, I do have TikTok.
And then,
but-
if, come to Target with me, walk around, grab stuff, or, get ready with me will always get me because they just, there's something, it's like a podcast, essentially, but, really small. So, your attention span doesn't have to be too long for it.
Yep.
You can, sit down, I'll watch them while I'm getting ready, just, listen to, talk about random things that, it's just so, it's like you're, having a conversation with your friend. They're just telling you about, something.
Yeah.
And then you also get to watch them, put on their makeup and do their hair and, pick an outfit with me. And, you feel like you have, a connection with them that way.
And you're learning, some things. I was doing my contour wrong. I was doing it the old lady way. I shouldn't do it that way. The blush isn't supposed to go on the apples of your cheek. You learn something from the Get Ready With Me videos, too.
Okay. I love them.
You should watch them.
I'm gonna make one. Can I put my Get Ready With Me video on Instagram, or does it only have to
Don't make
go
a Get
on-
Ready With Me video.
No, that wasn't the question. The
Day
question.
in a life?
Oh, Get Ready.
Okay. Don't make that one. Please.
That's our homework.
I'm gonna make a day in the life video. Can I put it on Instagram, or is it only on TikTok?
Okay, that's actually a big thing. TikTok, you would want to do it on TikTok. Instagram Reels are more for smaller creator. Okay, so most Alex Earl, she'll post it on both, so she's getting both platforms.
Yeah.
But if you do it just on Instagram, that's for small
Well, I'm not Alex
I
Earl.
don't want to say weird, but
Ooh.
Oh, so you have to be on
Oof.
TikTok.
Like,
So
if you're gonna-
Instagram's
if you're
a
gonna-
bonus, but you have to be on TikTok.
if you're gonna do it on Instagram, you also do it on TikTok. You don't do
Okay.
Instagram and not TikTok.
Okay.
But you don't have to post on Instagram if you're just doing TikTok.
I thought she was gonna be but you don't have to do one at all.
Or at all. No, you don't have to.
Mom, don't.
Just please
don't.
sell them to you. That's all.
But
Just to
if you're-
irritate you.
But if you're going to, TikTok would be
Okay.
a better choice.
All right. Okay. Have you ever made one? A Get Ready With Me?
No, I haven't done a Get Ready With Me. I've done other things.
Have you done a day in the life?
Not really.
I want to do one so bad.
They
Why
take a
haven't
long
you?
time to do, though. You have to take a lot of shots and you got to put it together.
I just wouldn't want to have to commit to it. And no one would I wouldn't I just but they're just so fun. I just love them. I don't know why.
I did some research on some campaigns that did not resonate
Ooh,
with the
okay.
right age group.
Interesting. I did the opposite
Oh.
that do resonate.
So you're
We'll come from.
half full. I'm
so positive all the time.
I'll go first with half empty. And so there were two that I saw. I don't know if you remember this, but it was the Apple Crush campaign. It was this big machine that they had, and they had all this stuff on the ground or whatever it was. And it was a piano. It was,
Huh.
do you ever see this? It was paint cans. It was a trombone. It was a piece of sculpture. It was all the different types of hobbies out there, if you will, right?
Okay,
Across
okay.
all the different categories, right? And it was this, I don't know what it was, but it was this thing that was crushing slowly,
Oh.
crushing and breaking everything,
Oh.
right? And the whole point of the commercial was look how thin, it all went into an iPad, and look how thin and sleek this iPad is.
Oh.
But that was for 8 seconds maybe of the commercial. The whole commercial was basically sending the message that it's killing and
I was
destroying.
gonna
all
say
the
that.
things.
Is that what it's like?
Right. That's what it looks like. It's destroying. And so
Huh.
it was this interesting negative, very negative backlash from everybody that saw it, that was basically, killing creativity and the impact of technology on the arts and all the things.
It's killing off doing activities outside of being on your iPad.
100%.
Yeah.
That's definitely the message.
That's what
and it
would've-
did not resonate. Yeah.
So maybe that's why I didn't see it. They probably pulled it pretty quick.
Yeah. It was. And yeah, it was. And
I feel like if they did it the opposite, it sprouting out, that would have been.
Yeah, that would have been
yeah.
good. Things growing out of the iPad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which is a rare miss for Apple. I mean,
Mhm.
Apple doesn't usually have a miss.
No, I have to look that up.
Yeah, it was.
That one.
It was pretty interesting. Do you want to do one of your positives? Do you want me to go negative again?
Just bring on the negatives.
All right.
Let's get through.
And then we know I love online dating apps, and so there can't be a podcast where we don't talk about this. But Bumble did one, and did you ever hear about this?
I don't think so.
There
No.
was this huge billboard that do I have did I write it down? Yeah. It said, full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. Introducing the new Bumble.
What?
What?
And it was huge. Yeah.
Very
So
presumptive.
it was, and people didn't like it.
I wouldn't like it either.
I know. And so, you know, it was really tone deaf and judgy for those, you know, who want to date differently. And
Yeah.
it's basically like saying it's everybody's in hookup culture. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming
like,
you're just gonna right.
Come hook up with
How
people. Be like,
How
It
did
did
you get
not do-
approved?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
That's not something you put out without doing some like real focus group
yeah,
work on it.
and that's
but-
like something that actual people like follow and like have as morals. And
yeah,
stuff like that.
exactly. And again, tone deaf to this generation. That's where she went right away, right?
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, like, you know,
What works for some may not work
Everybody
for
has
others.
different lifestyles and
Absolutely.
choices.
right? And that's not how. So it really backfired. So those were
Interesting.
two really interesting examples of trying to be hip and trendy, and it completely not working.
Got it. Well, those were good ones. I'm gonna look both of them up. I haven't seen
Yeah.
either one of them. Clearly, they weren't targeting me.
I would hope they came down quickly.
I would think. Well, out of home's a little harder to take down.
Yeah, it was.
Gotta
definitely
get
the
somebody
horde.
up on that
It was definitely the
ladder.
horde. Yeah,
Great.
they're electronic now. Actually,
Was it an electronic?
I don't
They're
know.
not all
No,
electronic.
they're not. That's
Yeah, they're not all. Some of them are. So a couple of my examples. Amy, do you follow Ryanair on TikTok? The
don't even know.
Ryanair is an airplane company. That's not how you say it.
what like a
Like it's like a JetBlue in Europe.
oh no.
It's actually not like a JetBlue. It's like a Spirit Airlines in Europe.
No.
So-
Lost my nod.
Cheap flights. Cheap flights. You can only bring a bag on board. It's got to be a really certain size. They're super strict with it. You need to follow them. Their TikTok is so unhinged. It is the funniest thing. I could be on it for hours. And a lot of it revolves around them putting the eyes and lips filter on a plane.
Oh my god.
And then the planes just say ridiculous things. But they just do so much. And the comment section is always hysterical because big brands will come and comment on things. And then Ryanair comments back unhinged comments back. So I was looking on one of them, and one of the more recent ones that they posted was a plane, and it said across the screen in copy, Ryanair doesn't have Wi-Fi, and then their response to it was, God forbid we encourage living in the moment. And then the comment section, people were, commenting, and one person wrote, I love you, Ryanair. Can I have a free ticket? And the Ryanair social person commented back, ew, and no. But like that's just the vibe. They're so ridiculous that you can't. It's like watching a train crash. You can't look away. So follow Ryanair on TikTok.
Do you want to know who else is just like that?
Who?
Duolingo.
Yes, it
On
is the same
TikTok.
as Duolingo.
It's the funniest
Yes.
thing ever. Like it's the exact. It's so funny. I love it.
Absolutely,
That's the
same
reason I started using it again.
vibe
Really?
as
It's
Duolingo.
just so funny.
hmm
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a good takeaway too. Kind of engaging
Yeah,
with humor, right?
Because it's literally like there's a person behind the screen that's like responding, and it's like funny. It's,
yes.
Wendy's is the same way. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff with Wendy's, but there's like a big thing right now between Wendy's and Katy Perry for the
Oh no, I haven't
space
seen.
flight, and like they're also unhinged with their social
I'll have to look at that.
engagement. And she didn't appreciate
Oh no,
the comment that was made.
Great.
Yeah.
can't wait for
So,
that.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate that somebody had to go in and pitch to some very senior
I
leader
know.
that we're going to let the social media team do what they want to, and
right,
you
whatever
have
you
to
want.
trust them.
Right.
Yep.
And it's not going to make any sense to you,
Right.
but it is going to do very well for the people following
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And of course, when you look in the comment section, there are people complaining about their
Everything.
flight or blah, blah, blah. And you have to look past that stuff. And they do a good job of it.
Can we talk about the fact that do they really not have Wi-Fi?
No,
Wow.
it is a very budget airline,
Okay.
but I flew it a couple times. It gets you where you need to go, and it's super cheap. So if you're looking to travel very cheap across Europe,
Ryanair is your go-to.
Ryanair is the go-to. You can have like one bag. The bag has to be such specific
Yeah,
measurements.
like that worries me. Like if you have to get weighed to get on the plane, or like they have to balance like
It's
luggage, I'm
it's-
not getting on the plane.
it's just so that you have to be upcharged for your
Oh,
bag,
I would
basically.
definitely be upcharged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would defeat the purpose of you going on a super budget airline. You wouldn't go on
I
Ryanair.
wouldn't go on.
It wouldn't be for you.
No.
If you're young and traveling, or if you just want to go very
Could
quickly.
you go on a flight without Wi-Fi? You are so.
On the entire flight to Puerto Rico, I was just listening to music in my AirPods from a playlist that I already have downloaded.
There you go.
All right, I stand corrected.
There you go.
Okay.
I actually might start Duolingo now that you said that, because I saw a TikTok about this guy, and I don't remember what his creator handle was, but he was saying how he did Duolingo Spanish for 7 years, and he got to the end of the course, and it was just the little Duolingo mascot being like, "You did it," and he's like, "Nothing else? I get nothing else?"
Yeah, no, you learned the
He's like,
language.
I just opened the app, and the guy is just there being like, "Congrats."
You get the
Yeah,
pride of learning a new
Yeah.
language.
I follow Duolingo on like Instagram and TikTok just so that I can see the funny.
But you said you started using it again. What language are you?
Wait, I did start using it. I fell through, but French.
fell through.
You thought about it.
I tried it
You might circle
For
back
how
to it.
long?
a week.
Okay. Well,
That's-
French is not easy.
No.
Okay.
Oh, bonjour. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So my other one, I guess this second one is maybe a little bit negative, but it was a positive when it was starting. The millennial brand aesthetic that happened very intensely from about 2010 till about 2020, where everything was clean, pastels and beige, sans serif fonts. Everybody's grid was perfectly cohesive and coordinated. And it was brands like Harry's and Billy, the razor brands,
Yep.
Casper, Hims and Hers, that very specific brand moment.
Yeah.
And now that's dead, apparently.
Oh.
And I don't necessarily want it to be dead, because I felt like that branding helped cut through some of the clutter in my millennial mind and let me really easily understand what was it and why did I want it, because I actually had purchased like things from all those brands.
Yeah.
So it worked.
I feel like I was just in Target though, and I saw it. It doesn't feel like they've changed their packaging.
They have not,
Okay.
but new brands are not going to take that same aesthetic
same
stance.
approach.
Now it's
Love that
more
aesthetic.
maximalist and a little bit more grungy and real
for the Gen Zs.
for the Gen Zs.
All right.
I don't think it's dead for everybody. I think it's like
That's
we're
the
saying
thing. I
direct
think-
mails.
I don't think I'm
Direct
on
mail's
that
dead.
side yet.
It's a bold statement.
Like
Millennial
Right.
aesthetic's dead is a bold statement.
it's like you said, like clean, soothing aesthetic is like like declutters your mind. I like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, declutters your mind.
Mhm. Declutter your
It
mind.
makes you feel like you're like more organized by buying it.
Yes.
Even though
Yes.
your room's a mess, but if I buy this
just
like
about to
organized
say.
website thing, it's
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
Yeah.
So again, it works for some people. It's not
Yeah.
going to work for other people. You need to take some generational marketing into account.
Definitely.
I like my beiges.
You really do. I hate
My
the
neutrals.
beige with the passion of 1,000 suns.
Mm.
That's all right.
Mm.
I did have a positive one. So Old Spice. So Old Spice was like my dad's
Yeah.
cologne, right? Like it was like, and it made such an amazing comeback
Yes.
to the younger generations
Yes.
and expanded their products. And it's cool. It's hip. Like and they didn't change their smell. Like they still have their traditional Old Spice,
It's true.
right? And so it's interesting. It's interesting that I think that they navigated a stodgy old brand
Mhm.
of the boomers, right? And they've really created a very powerful market.
It's a completely new brand perception.
Yeah. It's like a revitalization.
They always have great commercials.
They do. Great commercials. And the products are pretty good. I mean, I don't use them, but I buy them for my son.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, I don't know what that is.
No, I know what it is. I hate it.
Why?
Old Spice.
The smell.
Every single teenage boy
That's what I'm saying.
wears it.
Right.
So like it like goes
Yeah.
with what you're saying, but I hate it because of that.
They put too
So
much on.
overused. Too
That's
much on.
Axe body spray.
And, like,
not Old Spice.
That
I
has
don't know.
not changed.
No.
That was the same when I was
Old
in high school
Spice.
too.
It's
really
Old Spice. If I like smell a guy that like has Old Spice,
get the ick, as the kids say.
yeah, I get the
You get the ick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that give Gen Z the ick.
The ick.
Let's just
Yeah.
So
say that.
don't give Gen Z the ick.
Mm-hmm.
Be
Yeah.
authentic.
Be authentic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget about millennials or Gen X.
No.
And target baby boomers because they have money to spend too.
I mean, you need to be reaching everybody, right?
Reach
I mean,
everybody.
all right, so let's talk. Did you bring an unpopular opinion?
I did.
I have one too. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'm happy to go first
Think
for
of
this one.
Okay.
You don't need to take more than 1 to 2 cell phone videos when you're at a concert. You're never going to do anything with those videos ever again.
I actually agree with that.
I
Okay.
I'm actually really happy you said that.
Okay.
You agree too?
I never would have thought about saying that, but that, because, okay, something I hate is when people like on their stories, like you can like see how many stories and it's just like a ton of tiny little dots and you're just
20.
tapping through it.
Yes.
No one actually listens to it.
Right.
Yep.
Like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you're having fun at the concert.
Yep.
I'm not at the concert for a reason.
Right.
Yes.
I
Take one or two, put it up there.
just for memories.
People know you want
went to
people
the
to
concert,
know
you're
you
cool,
went
right?
there. It'll pop up one day again. You'll be like, "Oh, cool! I went to that concert 4 years ago on this day,"
Right.
Yeah.
and then enjoy the
Just be in
concert.
the concert. Be in
Yes.
the moment.
And I was saying that because Coachella was just recent, and I had a girlfriend there, and she was commenting on how everyone was on their phones.
Yeah.
And you would look across this sea of people and it's just phones in the air. And I can't imagine as an artist too, that would feel a little disheartening.
I'd be upset about that.
Like, put your phones down, people.
Well, some shows that you go to, they take phones.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it doesn't happen often.
I wouldn't want my phone to be taken,
Yeah.
but I'm also not taking more than 1 or 2 videos at a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
So my unpopular opinion is I still love Facebook and I don't care who knows it. I don't care. I like Facebook.
Embrace it.
Yeah, I'm here for the long haul. I wanna see your pets in the Halloween costume. I wanna see the things.
Okay. I'm not on Facebook.
I know.
The comment section is what's killing me on Facebook. I don't want to see my great aunt and my nan fighting back and forth in the comment section underneath a picture of a dog.
Okay. Well, that's a separate issue.
I
but-
prefer
okay.
Instagram because it's photos really only. I'm not looking at the comment section there. And then I go on TikTok for fun and entertainment.
See, I love Instagram also, and I get my reels from Instagram all the time. I can doom
Mhm.
scroll like the best of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I feel like Instagram is getting a little overrun with advertising.
Yeah, there's a lot of advertising.
And it's, it's advertising, but then it's also the promotions of like, because I follow a lot of celebrities or reality stars or whatever. And it's starting to feel a little inauthentic to me.
You can mute
so
things.
much.
I work on my settings a lot and I limit ads and I mute what I don't want to see so that I have a good experience
Yeah.
for when I'm on Instagram. But you have to do the work.
I want to see when they post personal things.
Yes.
I just don't want to always see the
Yep. I get
products.
it. I get it.
Yeah. Because unlike Amy, I don't care as much. Right. I'm going to use what I want to use because I like it, not
Mhm.
because
You'll keep
Leah from Love
Facebook.
Island is using it.
Great. So you have Facebook and I have my Vans sneakers that Amy told me are not cool that I should not wear, but I'm going to embrace them and I'm going to wear them anyway.
Well, I have something similar for the next episode. It's a hot take.
Oh, great. Okay.
Similar shoe issue. Amy hates my Uggs and I still wear them and I don't care.
What?
You don't like, you said Uggs with the leggings tucked in is terrible.
I've never said that because it's not. I don't agree with that at all.
You literally told that to Ashley.
Oh, no, I was doing it wrong. I was trying to do the sock with it, like a high sock with it.
Yeah.
And Amy said, do not do the sock.
I do that too.
Just
If
don't.
you're gonna do leggings and Uggs, I don't want to see the sock.
That was the
I
issue.
feel like it adds a pop of color.
No, that's our problem. We don't need it, but we feel like we need it.
Yes.
We've been told we need it.
That's no.
I just,
Uh-uh.
all right.
So take the sock out of
The
the
Uggs are
equation.
that height for a reason.
Okay.
Let's keep it that way.
Let's keep that. All right. Do you have an unpopular opinion?
Like, no.
Because you were like everything that you do is cool, and
No, I just like can't really like think of one right off the
I
bat.
can think of one for you.
What?
I don't think you want me to share.
Oh gosh.
What?
Amy doesn't believe in showering every day.
I don't
Okay.
believe in showering every day either. Amy and I are the same person.
Okay.
My feet. Jesus.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. One, I'm not gonna wash my hair every day because that's so bad for your hair.
Yep.
That's so bad for your hair. Two, I don't engage in like dirty things daily. Like if I'm like gonna go out and I'm gonna get sweaty, like sure.
Yep.
Like I'm probably not gonna shower today. Well, I haven't showered in a while.
I was being generous with the
But-
not every day.
But like I feel like I don't know, like sometimes you just like you're and like recently I've just been home a lot. So like there's like no need to like shower if I'm just gonna be home all day.
It's a new thing for me. I
I don't think I go as long as you do if I'm reading between the lines, between showers. I'm an every other day or ish.
Yeah, or washing
shower.
hair. This is different.
I shower and washing hair. I wash my hair when I shower.
Oh,
Okay, that's also another thing. I
Yeah.
feel like if I'm gonna shower, I might as well just wash my hair.
Yes.
So like I usually just wait until my hair is greasy and then I'll shower. So I'll probably shower tonight. She's a little
So wait, what do you call it when you do all the things?
and everything.
And
Everything
shower.
shower.
Everything
Take it
gets
out in
shaved.
15 minutes.
Oh yeah, everything is shaved.
Just like
Everything's
the hair
exfoliated. Hair mask, hair oil,
Yep.
everything.
I could not survive if I didn't shower.
You
every
do
day.
everything. Showers every day.
I don't wash my hair every day, but I shower every day.
Yeah.
Well, and I shave. I'm crazy, but
Every other day.
yeah.
Yeah,
For me.
no.
All right. So, well, there you go. I got your unpopular opinion.
Yeah, that's fun.
I feel like that's a poll question.
I feel like
I have
people
so many
are related on some level.
I have so many unpopular opinions and I just can't think of them right now.
We'll have you back for an unpopular opinion
I
episode.
love unpopular opinions.
Okay, so we'll do.
I get really into it. I get really heated.
And you know what? I'll see if my mom will come on because then we can have every generation
I need your
involved.
man to come on.
You don't want that.
I like to do that. I really want to meet her,
Okay.
especially if she's pickled.
She is totally pickled. Poor man.
All right. Well,
God bless
thank you
you.
for joining us. This was a longer than usual episode, but a lot of really good content to get into. And we hope you enjoy it. And thank you, Amy, for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank
having me.
you.
So do all the things.
Don't forget to like, follow, send us a comment, share.
Change your sheets.
Change your sheets. Everyone go change your sheets
Today.
right now, today.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially all the men out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for diving in. We'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.